We're all starting soon.
Yes.
Is the qualifying and all that correct? Okay! I can swap whenever you want me to. Welcome everyone!
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the final day, one of the most anticipated days here, as we are going to find out. We are going to have 3 spots in the GD World Tournament confirmed, as Romania had already confirmed their spot yesterday. They are just playing for a spot in the final. Basically, the top 2 will advance to the final, while the top 4 will receive a will enter the 2026 GD World Tournament. We're going to find out those placements pretty soon. So, as for everybody, let's go on the level and let's get started with our first match. We are playing, we have Portugal, we have Romania, we have Sweden, and we are going to be playing Timor. Karma, you're the only one playing right now. Okay, there you go. All right, everybody, refresh the level. And then go to options and make sure like your shake is off if you want to do that, because I think when you refresh it, it refreshes the options as well. And then we'll be beginning the match on Foxy's countdown.
Alright y'all, when I say go, you start playing. 3, 2, 1, go!
Nothing changed yet.
All right, we have begun our first match of the day. That both will be on Timor, but this will all decide the qualifying spots here. Portugal is coming in here in 6th place, but it is a very close 6th place where basically actually any of these teams can actually qualify out of this. Like, it's actually quite crazy today how possible it is for any of these teams to qualify. The stream is still. Why does it default to private? I just don't understand that. Now I actually have to go in. It's not letting me do it from dashboard. To go to content. Okay, now it's public. We can see though, of right now, Romania has the lead. Already the winners of the one of the matches. They got 2nd in the other match. And Spaghetti, are you able to commentate for a bit? Because Foxy is just not able to right now.
I can cover for a couple minutes, I guess.
Oh, I see. Yeah, until they come back. So I see your mic's a bit off. Are you like away or something?
On my phone.
Oh, great. Well, anyways, right now Portugal has the lead with both Karma and Red Murder further into the level than any of the other players who are already still at the beginning. Portugal absolutely needs a performance. They really probably need that win over Romania while also having other teams finish below them as well. We have, this is just the first 2 minutes of the match, so it's hard to really judge how everything is going to go based on here. But from what we've seen so far, if Portugal continues this, they will have a pretty sizable lead. Karma was kind of the hero of Portugal in the previous round, getting a performance good enough to get them into this round on Collapse on the last day when it was looking like they could have a shot. And we have our first completion of the match. Karma goes and beats the level, puts 250 points on the board for Portugal. And now it is quite the solid lead to start the match for Portugal.
Hello, I'm back, y'all.
Okay.
All right, let's see what we got
As
there.
we have started, we had our first completion of the match with Karma picking up a completion for Portugal. But VTS Online, here we go, gets a completion for Sweden, cuts the deficit. And Sweden is going to need pretty much as good of a performance as you can get if their goal is to try and qualify here.
Yeah, I think I did see Cater just die pretty far into the level. I need to open up the spreadsheet here to be able to actually see where everyone died. Just give me 1 second.
Well, you can see that in that Cater death that they were referring to it was 53.
Right.
So again, of all the players, the one furthest in is USB, who could pick up a completion, a very important one for Romania. They have built up. They did not get it here, but
they were
it's still a solid
74.
run. That 74, though, that does put them ahead of Sweden. And at this point, Romania is kind of playing to spoil it for Sweden, as Sweden kind of needs to beat them if they want really any realistic chance of qualifying for the 2026 GD World Tournament, at least automatically. We'll go into, when we go into qualifying playoffs, there'll be a different story. And those will start to begin within the next few weeks.
Absolutely, I totally listened to what you just said. We have Red Murder, who is pretty far into the level currently. I believe I see him in the 80. No, that is the 50,
got a
60.
94 death, which is unfortunate, but also puts Sweden within striking distance of Portugal and back ahead of Romania again.
Yup.
See, they hadn't scored a lot going into here, but we could see Red Murder at the ending.
Yep.
The absolutely massive attempt for Portugal here, who again, they need to beat Romania. Basically, each of these two teams, they're going after Romania. They need to beat Romania. And there's a completion from Red Murder. That is our third completion of the match. First completion by Red Murder, second completion for Portugal.
Yup.
And that puts Portugal back on top.
Portugal is trying to gain back that game, but they just barely lost yesterday.
79. Yeah, yesterday they barely lost, and the day before they actually lost to... they got dead last only because of a last attempt from Ukraine that took a point away from them. So Portugal's kind of had like a lot of their points taken from them at like the last second, basically.
Yeah, so if they get this win today, that would probably feel really good just to get that one win that they just kept getting sniped from.
Yeah, no, definitely. But again, the competition after the fact will also be pretty large too. We have like 4 teams, basically, all of which could either make the final or miss the world tournament, basically. Like, this is one of the craziest last day standings we had. Because what happened was most teams had one good day and one bad day going into today.
Yeah,
and because of that, it makes it so the standings are super close to each other.
Yeah, I mean,
Karma gets a completion.
Yeah, Karma gets a completion, and I mean
that's gonna put even more pressure on, you know, on a lot of the other teams. VTS at the ending though could be great for Sweden here, and I don't know if a second place run for Sweden behind Portugal would be enough. You would need everybody else to finish well below them, basically.
Yeah, Sweden needs an insane match right now.
They're within a completion, though. There is that to be, you know,
indeed,
to be said.
But after their performance yesterday, they did tank pretty heavily.
Yeah, going into match 1, they actually got 4th place, which put them in position to actually qualify. But yesterday they got dead last, and so it'll all be riding on a good performance from today.
Yep,
to,
absolutely.
Put them into the top 4. I'd say all of the other results that could have gone Sweden's way yesterday didn't. As in, they got last, but what made it worse is that the teams that were behind them did well, and the teams ahead of them did worse. So they were all like behind. They were like, they have like a wider gap to cover. When
yeah.
In most circumstances, a mid performance and like a not so great performance would put you would kind of be able to control your destiny. Right here, they still don't. We could see VTS is towards the ending. A completion would mean just like everything though for them. Red Murder is approaching the ending too, though, heading into the final qualifying that he has just reached now. VTS is at the ending. Will this be it? Go last spam and a completion for VTS. This will be the closest it's been in a long time now. But
yeah, we're just halfway over the.
Just gonna slam the door back shut for now, at least. And Red Murder gets a completion for Portugal. More points for Portugal on the board here, and they are starting to build a bit of a lead. They're gonna see if they can hold on to it. We can see Karma. I believe this part's in the 60s. Yeah, this is gonna be third qual for Karma right here. They are now at the final UFO part here, and if they can get a completion, that'll be, I believe, their first full 2 completion lead over the game. They don't though. That's gonna leave the door open just a smidge. It's still over a 2 completion game, but not as much of a margin as it could have been. We can see Cater is at the ending.
Yep. Honestly, you're carrying the commentary here.
They are the furthest of them. Well, this is going to be one of the chaotic games, especially the match that we have after this is going to just be absolute chaos.
Yeah, as we can see here, VTS is still going, just a quarter of a level left, along with Bumless?
I think it might be Boomless or Bumless, I don't know.
I'll say Boomless just to avoid saying the word bum.
But VTS gets a completion for Sweden.
And there you go, and Boomless doesn't quite manage to get there, but sadly Sweden is still kind of trailing behind, just over a completion under. Never mind, they are actually pretty heavily sinking. Portugal is really just kind of, you know, accelerating ahead, trying to get that lead that they need. With Romania, surprisingly, after yesterday's performance, it is surprising to see them have a kind of... They are in last place right now, so it is really surprising to see that.
They are, but again, they already kind of have a lot of insurance on here, as in they did so well the first 2 days. They're already in the GD World Tournament.
Yeah.
So there might have been a little bit of a mental thing in their regard. That
they
don't have a lot of pressure.
Really comfortable, but it would still be nice.
They do want to try and make that final. They do want to try and still get that final spot, though, probably.
Yeah.
enter the top 2 so they can play for the European Championship and potentially defend their title as well. That's where it gets interesting. VTS is the only one far at the moment, and they are quite far, right at the ending for VTS, and it has just been quite a battle between them.
VTS
and no,
dies
they
to
died
the ending.
spam. That's actually not great. That would have put the deficit below 300, but now it's like still like basically a 2 completion game. I mean, it would have been regardless, but it would have been like barely a 2 completion game.
Absolutely. With only like 4 minutes left on the clock, pretty much right now, every attempt will matter for Sweden to try and snipe that first place spot. Yeah, I'm running out of breath here. Along with Portugal, you know, still really accelerating ahead. We have 4 completions for Portugal. And I mean, Romania doesn't have a single completion, surprisingly. Which, you know, I don't want to call it a...
We got Karma though. Yeah, I mean, we can see, but USB is at the ending though. This could actually be it right here. We'll see.
Hopefully they do manage to get a completion.
About to enter the ending. Last wave. No, it's not. That was one of the last clicks of the level. And Romania does not pick up a completion there.
Red Murder Vote is in the 90s, possibly about to get another completion for Portugal. And there's go.
There's a completion for Red Murder. There's even more points on the board for Portugal.
And they've already managed to hit the 3,000 point mark with 3 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot.
Honestly,
it's interesting. Romania's just kind of been racking up those third qual runs because it's like even though they haven't got a completion, like their score isn't even that bad.
I mean, you know, I think Portugal is kind of just fueled with revenge at this point.
Well, yeah, I said the results haven't really gone their way these first 2 days. Like, they had a great performance yesterday, but it didn't really help them as much in the standings as they probably thought it was gonna.
Yeah. VTS is in the 90s right now at the ending.
Portugal was the champion of the Euro West region.
Yeah.
VTS gets a completion
and
here.
So does
Karma gets a completion.
Yeah.
You could the regional champions are all still alive, as we have Czechoslovakia and England were the 2 other sub-regional, like the Northern and Eastern Cup champions. See if they all 3 of them meet up in the final. That could, or I guess they wouldn't, but like if Romania is already basically has a good shot. Although I guess if everybody else beats Romania after this, they might not actually be going to the final. We'll have to see. We are in the final 2 minutes though, and looks like the gap is starting to show. Red Murder's at the ending again. Has been quite a sensational performance for Team Portugal here. They are, you see if Red Murder can pick up a completion here. Again, actually there is one thing I didn't mention. We got a completion. One thing I didn't mention is that there is a good chance that we get a 3-way tie in the standings for that final spot to qualify. And in that case, it goes to the percent of the max possible score across all 3 levels.
Yeah.
Portugal is like well behind in that category going into this match. So they actually, it could be that winning is not enough for them. Like they would need to win and win convincingly. We're in the final minute here.
Gonna get slowly ready to start undeafening people.
Yeah, we're about to reach that point in time again. We'll just do in the order. Foxy, you could do Portugal, Spaghetti, Romania. I'll do Sweden.
All
and yeah,
right.
We have about 30 seconds left. About to end this match, and we'll see if Portugal can get to 4,000 points. They actually have a good shot of doing
that. That would be pretty insane, considering they only got 3,000, 2 minutes ago, pretty much.
I feel like that always happens in these matches. Karma died, but actually could be a
good
thing.
Red Murder is going to just push it past.
He'll get in time. Yeah, he's gonna get in time, I think. 6, 5, 4, 3.
Yep.
1. Yep.
All right, time to start.
Got it in time. All right, I got the time labels on the sheet, so I'll start observing. We have everybody going right here.
USB is done.
Cater is now done. USB is also done. And now both Romania players have completed their match. Everybody else is still going though. Boomless is now
Red Murder
done
just
with their match
finished.
as well.
All right, with Karma.
And Red Murder is now done, so it's just gonna be Karma and Returnus to make the score potentially higher for them.
Karma just died.
But it'll just be Returnus left. We'll see if they can complete it here. Into third qualifying right now.
No,
and
they
don't
finish.
end it on a completion. That could end up costing them. We'll see in the future, but that is going to do it for this round. The final scores: Romania got 2,677, Sweden got 3,164, and Portugal got 4,236 points. With Red Murder scoring exactly 2,000 points and Karma getting 2,236 points.
Absolutely insane match from Portugal, and good job to the other teams as well.
Yeah, good job to everybody. Sweden puts up 3,000 points. I think that's the most they've scored in this round. But yeah, we're gonna head to break and we're gonna start up with our final 4 teams. This is where everything will be decided. I said Portugal. If all of these teams beat Portugal, I think they'll finish in like 6th or something like that. Like they could go anywhere from like 2nd to 6th place, I believe. But yeah, we're gonna head to break and we'll see you after the fact.
Yeah. Yep. We'll see you in a second.
Yes, we are back. Oh, I didn't change the names. Fuck. Okay.
Oh my god.
NL CZ plus.
Yo, I hear. Hello, yo, I need to turn off
There's
everyone's
two
screen shares
VTF on
now.
lines.
Anyway. No, there's a reason for that. I can explain later. It does. It's not as big of a deal as you think. All right, everybody, stop playing from zero. That includes you, is it Silpet, Minor Boss, Irie? Well, I guess that's not zero, but you know, we're gonna get started, is what I'm saying. Everybody, go to the level select screen. You're gonna start what might be our most anticipated match of the entire, I would say, of calendar year 2026. Is this match right here?
Well, what is happening with Sheffield's screen share?
Goodness me.
Oh no. What the hell's going on?
What the fuck?
You know what, it's fine.
Oh, there
Is
you
it
go. Yeah, that's fine now. All right, y'all, refresh your levels, and remember to turn off shake if you want to.
If you want to, yeah, because it does like undo that when you refresh the level.
All
right.
Right. So when I say go, you guys start playing. 3, 2, 1, go for all the marbles. All right.
We are off to
And
our final
Doom's
match.
screen share is. Oh, Doom just started. All right, great start for Doom. Yeah, we're on to the final match here. Pretty exciting.
Yeah, this is the final match of the Euros round 2. Oh. And as I said, all the marbles here, this is going to decide who the final 4 teams are in the Euros. It's also going to decide who is going to the GD World Tournament. See, Ukraine currently has those ones. We'll see who is the furthest in the level. Is Bread Guy at the ending.
Yep.
We'll see if this ends up being a completion for Bread Guy.
I will try to put my personal bias as much to the side as possible.
And Bread Guy gets a completion, the first one of this match for the Netherlands, putting them on top.
Yep.
For all of these teams, they're, you know, basically any one of these teams could be eliminated. There's also Portugal watching.
Oh, Portugal.
Who doesn't really have much of a chance of being eliminated.
Yo, Explode, could you give Czechoslovakia?
Portugal could definitely be eliminated. What if they all finish above Portugal? Portugal's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at their points, bro. They are long.
Well, we'll see. I mean, as I said, arguably they were the lowest ranked of these 5 teams, thus meaning that, you know, expected result wise, they actually could be outscored here. We'll have to see. Also, there's a scenario in which Portugal gets first place and they still don't qualify. If like everything goes wrong for yes, there is. LinXD gets a completion.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm being called over.
That is a real thing. I guess I'll join with Explode right now. We see that, as I said, Portugal could actually win the match today and still be eliminated if everybody else scores close enough to them. And we have a 3-way tie, and they're at the bottom of the percent of max tiebreaker. Then they could win and still not advance. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying like everything could actually go. At the moment, yeah, Bread Guy and LinXD have the most points though out of
completions so far as well.
Yeah, it's just gonna be that one from Bread Guy, and honestly, the lower scoring this is, the better it is for Portugal, as they would probably gain tiebreaker. In fact, I don't know what their prospects are on at the moment. They are let's see. At the moment, they have, if they all finish below, they could make the final, although I don't think it would happen just because that would require Romania beat all these teams. And at the moment, Ukraine still has the edge. So you would need Netherlands to beat Ukraine and then have it all come. Like right now, the current way it's set up, Portugal would actually be in the final, but you need, yeah. And then Netherlands right now is out of the tournament. Like that's crazy. And now they're back in the tournament. That's what I'm saying. Like how
It's that close.
the placements, yeah, the placements are, and now they're back out of the tournament again. Yeah, like that's what's gonna happen for this match. It is just going to be all over the place. All the teams are just so close to each other. Although England does have a bit of a bit of points to work with here if they want to pull themselves back in this one. You can see Sheffield hadn't scored a lot to start, but did just put more points on the board. Still, though, if they're gonna probably want more if their goal is to try and get out of this thing.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's Ukraine and Portugal, with Ukraine having the tiebreaker, which would mean that their one attempt to beat them on day one, off of like that guy's like extra 3 minutes off the power outage, could actually be the difference between Ukraine making the final and Portugal making the final. Which would actually be crazy, as that really was the last attempt. They ended up winning by like 50. Or by winning, I mean they got second to last instead of last.
Yeah, I just don't want to play these final qualifiers, I can't lie.
Well, yeah, the final qualifiers, one thing that's interesting is last year, the final qualifiers, we got a completion from Irie. That's going to put it down to 30 points. That's going to put Netherlands back in projected tournament spot. Then we'll see how Czechoslovakia responds here. It's just going to be between all of them at the moment. And now, you know, it kind of depends where they all land. I mean, there's results that could put Sweden into the GD World Tournament here.
Yo, I just missed an attempt
in
from
this
James,
case, you could just, let me just go on to, I mean, just pull up the YouTube.
I'll do that after the match. And I'll just check where he got to. Check the time.
Wait, why is the YouTube stream not up? Is it? That's weird. Is there not a YouTube stream?
Yo,
up?
I'm back.
Should be. Hello.
Oh, no, it's here. It's here. Oh, it's still set to private, even though I literally set it to not be private. That's really awesome. I appreciate it, YouTube.
That's awesome, yo.
I'll try to add the last 2 attempts after the match. Or you can add them potentially.
Yeah, I'm gonna add them, because that is massive.
Yeah. Just the 2 attempts after he got 57. I've just line braked twice. Should be able to fill that in.
Well, as we can see here, I don't know. I actually can't see anything right now. James
You said
is.
the attempts after what number? 51? Is it? It's the ones after 51.
After 57.
57. Okay. Why don't I see if? I seem to see a 57. Unless this was like a long time ago.
There were 2 attempts in between, from what I saw. Or 3.
Okay, this got it here.
It was a non-qualifier.
Here's a
No.
57. It then became. The next one was a 51.
I see.
And then.
It's like 40-ish. I don't remember. This is my bad, by the way. My incredibly smart self decided I'm gonna respond
It's 39.
to this DM. Okay.
It's a 39. So yep, those are the
Right.
runs, and now
Well
I
done.
can head back here. And as it says, Netherlands would be in the tournament at the moment. Ukraine is holding on to that spot on tiebreakers, which if that's what it ends up being, will actually be kind of nuts. You'll see Bread Guys at the ending here. So is Irie. This could be a double completion for the Netherlands right here. There's one completion for Irie. And there's a completion for Bread Guy, so that's gonna put points back on. Now Netherlands is back up here. It's still that Ukraine. It still seems like Ukraine is gonna go to the final on tiebreakers if things don't change here. For Portugal is actually rooting hard for the Netherlands right here. They want the Netherlands to beat Ukraine, but not Portugal. Is basically the current situation for both teams. We have Timor being played here. Everybody kind of close to the beginning. Still, no one's really pulling away yet. The current situation be a lot of teams needing to score, though. England and Czechoslovakia have definitely fallen behind in the sense that we have some points for England, which see if that's enough to pull them ahead of Czechoslovakia. It isn't. The difference here, they actually might be canceling each other out as at the moment, Netherlands is actually in fourth with a tiebreak over Sweden. That's how close it would end up being, though. They could be they should be on pace to pass Sweden's score at the current moment, and that's when we'll start to see what's going to happen here. LinXD is going to get a completion for Ukraine. That means that this Irie attempt right here is going to become very important to decide, what happens for this Netherlands team. In a way, they're playing for their spot, but also they want to be able to beat Ukraine for the seeding, and also Ukraine is playing for their spot in the final. Irie gets a completion here. That's going to put it back to being close again. James gets a completion for England. And we can see now that I believe that is his first completion of the match. Yeah. And
despite
now
having the least number of attempts so far, which is interesting.
All right. There isn't a lot that I can really.
Quite a difference in the match here, as as both Ukraine and the Netherlands are battling for this spot, and also kind of battling on whether they could beat Portugal or not. As beating Portugal and also being the highest of these two would likely get you a spot in the final. From what it looks like points wise, it doesn't seem like Romania could be they scored 26-37. Ukraine's about to gain a point here, actually, once they pass, which will then put Ukraine. Now they have a point lead over that final spot. So it's going to come down to get a completion from Irie. That's going to put Netherlands back over here, and now we have a three-way tie. We have Portugal, Ukraine, and the Netherlands all at 10 points. At the moment, Portugal owns the tiebreaker, but remember, the match hasn't finished yet, so it's actually could be dependent on what percent of max they score. Now Ukraine pulls ahead again, and that's going to do it. But if those are the results, we would actually end on a three-way tie for second, third, and fourth, with the highest percent of max being the team that will qualify out of here. Three-way ties rarely ever happen. This would only be, I believe, the second time we've had a three-way tie in GD World Tournament history. It actually might be the third. I think last year's Euros had one too. You can see Bread Guys at the approaching the third qual. See if he can get there. This would be quite a few points to gain for the Netherlands and possibly put us into that three-way tie situation I was talking about. There isn't much time left here. We can see both the Netherlands players, though, while behind slightly, actually currently have a little bit of an edge as both players are far into the level. We got a death from Bread Guy, still put points on the board. A death from Irie will still put points on the board, but it will keep it just over a one completion game. Actually, just how late they died ended up kind of making the difference here. LinXD is going to also die there too at that wave, and that wave's been a killer, I guess, for the past. At the moment, the Netherlands actually has a spot in the final as they have surpassed Sweden's score from the last round. Though, again, Ukraine hasn't passed Sweden yet, so once they do that, it's going to put their scores back up. And so it'll remain to be seen, how this ends up going.
Yup. I'm just
Anyways,
kind
we
of-
have Sheffield going further into the level. It could be a run for England, but it would seem to me if England ends up getting last, that would be a interesting turn of events from a team that would have won a region. Would never have expected them to get last, but also we're so far in the tournament that all of these teams are so good. They would be one of the best last place teams probably of all time.
Linux is at the ending.
We can see Sheffield got late into the level, did not beat it there though, but we still have that same points gap. Just making sure if the so let's see, LinXD gets a completion. I think that's going to push it down to a 4-point game. And now we can see that the Netherlands and Ukraine are tied for the second place spot. This is now going to put the match. We got James gets a completion here. Actually,
And Doom.
does put some more points here. Doom, Silpets at the ending as well.
He died.
They do not beat it here, and we are in the final 30 seconds. Who is going to get a spot in the final? Netherlands is back and forth. Ukraine is actually in the lead overall. At the moment, Ukraine would actually top the group and pass Romania, but that would change if Netherlands ends up beating them. What a turn of events if that would actually mean that Ukraine would end up getting the 1 seed. If this was for the Euro Championship, this would actually be insane. It isn't, but still, gonna get the teams, the undeafening process ready. I will get Czechoslovakia in the chat. We have them. We are in the final 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, we got the time labels in here, and now we will see.
Oh, miner's done.
That would
Miner,
be
you're done?
it for Silpet. Silpet is now done.
Lynx just got a completion.
Yeah, LinXD ends it on the completion. Good for Ukraine there. It's not going to quite pass, believe what Portugal had, but we could see
James completion.
James now
James.
ends it on the completion. Solid
Is
run
Sheffield
to end
already
it.
gone?
Red guy
Ivy.
is now complete. Sheffield, oh yeah, Sheffield needed to be undeafened. They are done though.
Yeah, I was too busy
Doom is now
checking.
done.
Everybody's done.
And yeah, Irie's gonna die and everybody's done. And now let's go over the scores here, as this is where it gets interesting. A lot happened at the end, but kind of incredibly, I don't know, Foxy, I don't know what you're doing with the preview here.
I'm trying to put it into the BRB screen. 2 secs.
Well, we need our mics though.
No, they can still hear you.
Okay. So, anyways, we could see that the top 4 is pretty interesting here, actually.
Hold on, just give me a second. I'm
We
gonna
have-
swap, and then they can see it now. So
When we can talk, they can hear us now.
yeah.
All right. Well, we can see that Ukraine has actually won the overall standings here. Despite getting second to last place on the first level, they responded with getting first on round 2 and second on round 3. Portugal gets the win, which is just enough to actually manage, just enough to give them tiebreaker over the Netherlands for third place. We can see how close we were to a 3-way tie. Had it have gone to percent of max, Portugal actually would have had it over the Netherlands, but Romania still would have had the better. So if it was that like 3-way tie, or Ukraine had also a higher percent of max. So, anyways, Czechoslovakia, England, and Sweden will be participating in the final qualifiers. They did not qualify for the 2026 GD World Tournament. There will be 14 spots in the round. They qualify in round 2. So there'll be 14 spots in round 2. Only 5 of you guys will qualify for the World Tournament. There's a lot of really good teams in there. So don't underestimate your competition. Just because you almost had a chance to win the Euros, it doesn't mean that these opponents aren't going to be good at all. So with that, the Netherlands
Apparently
makes their
the chat is saying that Doom didn't get some points.
What? Did it do the thing again where it like didn't?
For some
wait,
reason,
wait.
when I'm opening the the round 2 board, it seems like the scores are inconsistent, at least for England, which is what obviously looking
Doom
at right
missing
now.
two. Nah, Doom is not missing 2,000 points. I swear to God.
James keeps fluctuating between like 1,300 and 2,000.
James, let's see, 738, 94,
Yeah, I'm so sure I got more than
124,
You did.
66,
and
66,
I literally
33, 34, 66, 13, 0, 58, 57, 7, 88, 24, 40, 67, 57, 7, 147, 41. Yeah, all of Doom's attempts are correct.
Okay.
They're definitely correct.
I just wanted to make sure because the chat was saying that they were actually missing some points.
But as I was saying before, the Netherlands will be returning to their second ever GD World Tournament. They finished the Euros in 4th place. The exact same position that they got in last year's Euros, but last year it didn't give them a spot in the GD World Tournament. This year it does give them a spot. So Netherlands continues with their consistent performance, even if their tournament was nothing but consistent, finishing 6th in their own region, followed by winning the 2nd round but getting 4th in the 3rd round. Portugal, the big team here, Portugal makes their first ever appearance in the GD World Tournament. They have qualified. They have won the last level. Overall, LinXD did win the MVP on the match, though. I will have to mention that. But Portugal takes the win in the last match. They couldn't have done any. If they would have gotten 3rd, that wouldn't have been enough. I believe they had to have gotten 2nd or better. So, for Portugal, that means that they will be making their first ever appearance, and we have our first debutant from out of the Euros region and our second debutant overall. We have now 8 teams confirmed. So we have Romania. By the way, we have the defending European champions will be competing in the final. They'll be playing against Ukraine, another team from the Eastern European Cup. East gets 2 teams in the top 2. Ukraine versus Romania will be the final. It will be in a few weeks. Ukraine finishes on top. They looked like they were going to be cooked going into the first level, but they ended up turning it on the 2nd and 3rd levels and booking their ticket to the 2026 GD World Tournament. A team that has had some truly incredible performances this year will be able to continue that run in the next tournament. We'll see. As for all those other teams, congratulations. We now know 8 of the 16, half of the field has now been confirmed for the GD World Tournament. We have the United States, we have Panama, we have Canada, we have Chile, we have Ukraine, Romania, Portugal, and the Netherlands have all qualified for the 2026 GD World Tournament. There are only 8 spots left, 3 of which will be given out to Asia Oceania next week. And then the final 5 will be determined over the next few months with our final qualifiers. Thank you all for watching. That the match absolutely delivered in all the ways I was hoping to. And yeah, thank you all, and we will see you later.